Hello everyone, welcome back to the Words Whisper. As usual, everything in this video is alleged. Now, today, I decided to do something a little different. We're going to talk about Keesha Kaylee, but I want to kind of talk about where I think Keesha Kaylee went wrong in her social media career. Let's start by saying, before all of this drama happened, Keesha Kaylee had about 512,000 subscribers on YouTube. And she had, I want to say, at least 116,000 followers on IG. Whereas now she is down to, I think, like 113,000 on Instagram. And only 495,000, which is a lot, but it's not a lot when you came from 512 on YouTube. I'm sorry. So we're going to talk about where I think she went wrong. Let's start by prefacing this with, I started watching Keesha back when she was still a nanny for Sammy and Genevieve. And she was picking up her niece, who she called Pumpkin, or at the time called Pumpkin, like every weekend. It was spending weekends with her and buying her dolls and things of that nature. She was still in a lesbian relationship with her then girlfriend, whose name I'm not going to say because that ain't in the best of terms, so let's not associate them with each other at this point. So I've been watching her for quite some time. And where I think that Keesha went wrong, it's when Jeremy came, but I'm not going to say Jeremy. I think Keesha went wrong originally after her girlfriend left. I think that she was so set on where she wanted that channel to go, because I feel like I remember her wanting to have a kid when she was, we're going to say her name, her ex-girlfriend's name was Nasia. When she was with Nasia, I feel like back then, she was hinting at wanting children and saying she wanted to be married and have the family channel with Nasia. We found out months later that her and Nasia had been broken up for months. And then we were introduced to Jedediah. And then her and Jedediah, their relationship online maybe lasted 2 to 3 weeks. But she was giddy as if it was like a high school romance. And, which is ironic because Jedediah was fresh out of high school. But, she was joining like these Army, Navy, military, whatever wife groups on Facebook and talking about what her life is like, a wife of a military person was going to be like, and just moving extremely fast for a child she did not really know. That did not work out. And I felt like after those situations happened to her, it felt like she had a point to prove. In walks Jeremy. Now, based on what we know from Keesha, hopefully she does not change her story, but originally she was saying she DM'd Jeremy on social media, and he was kind of like, why she DM'ing me? And he thought that she was DMing him for a friend of hers that wanted to talk to him or something of that nature. He was not interested in Keesha. I don't know how Keesha convinced him. I don't know if he looked her up and saw, because maybe at this time, Keesha was still doing pretty well on social media, but Jeremy and the kids definitely shot her channel up. But she definitely had, I would say, maybe about 200K on social media at this point, give or take. So I think that he saw her social media presence. Keesha was a single woman at this time, so she had a lot more money to spend freely. So maybe that had a big part to play in it as well. whatever the case may be, he went from not interested to in a relationship with her. He immediately moved into her apartment, which was red flag number whatever. She bought all these gifts and things and took him on trips in that first year, or the first few months actually, to convince him to be with her. And I think that is where this downfall started. Keesha has spent, since 2017, her life trying to convince Jeremy to be with her. And it's sad, but from my opinion, that's what it looks like it's been. 2017, he moved in, they were not in a relationship. She loves to say that they've been together for, let's count, 2017, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, for 6 years. They didn't become official until February of 2018, so it's only really been 5. Is it a big difference? No. But you moving somebody into your house and them saying that they're still single versus you moving somebody into your house and you guys are in a committed relationship is a big difference. So he moved in like maybe November of 2017. They didn't become a couple until February of 2018. All while they were living together, and and then maybe he still was not acting right, because we know Jeremy's other baby mama, Ashley, also popped up in 2018. So maybe he was still doing his own things, and Keesha was like, well, this is not working, let's step it up. March of 2017, Keesha gets pregnant and miscarries well, for us, the next day, but I'm guessing in her time, allegedly, it was a couple of weeks or something in between. And instead of it being a sign, like, you know what, maybe this relationship is not ready for a baby. Maybe this relationship should not birth or create a baby. She does it again a couple of months later and announces her pregnancy a couple of months later that she's pregnant with twins in the summer of 2018. Obviously, we know that she finds out about Ashley in like sometime in the fall, because she finds out about Ashley around the time of Brittany Marshall from Party of 5. She finds out about Ashley at least at her bridal bachelorette party, whatever you want to call it, because that's when Brittany finds out about her, and she lets Keesha know who Ashley is, or where she saw Ashley, not who Ashley is, but where she saw her. And what does Keesha do? Instead of saying, you know what, Jeremy, this is it. She pays for him to go on solo trips. She buys him Audis and pretends that they're in his name. She buys more luxurious apartments, and she moves them into bigger houses. She gives Jeremy his own space in those houses, aka that's why they always have to have a basement, because that's where Jeremy wants to be. Even now, if you watch her vlogs, whenever she goes to talk to Jeremy, she goes to the basement door, because he's not upstairs actively participating in their family, allegedly, in my opinion. He's in the basement. This whole thing has gone to crap because she's so focused on wanting Jeremy to want her, wanting Jeremy to choose her, wanting Jeremy to pick her, as opposed to wanting to be a better mom, wanting to be a better friend, wanting to be a better sister, wanting to be a better daughter. She has worked harder to save Jeremy than she has worked to rebuild her relationship with a brother. And that's unfortunate, and it's sad. And now here we are. Keesha has the twins. We know that she has staining spells while Jeremy is on vacation He's on a single baby moon because Keesha was too far along to fly. So instead of Jeremy staying with her, he goes to Miami and invites Ashley. And Ashley goes to Miami with him. Keesha tries to make it seem like, well, she had to pay for this and she had to pay for that. So Ashley, that doesn't matter because Ashley had to pay all this money to go or whatever. Keesha, the point is she was there. And this is not to bring up old tea, because of course we learned this a few years ago back when Keesha and Jeremy put out the book. But I think all of this has been in the root of proving to people that Jeremy wants her. She wants so badly for people to know that she won. And the question is, why? Because he's not a winner. He's not this hard worker who's providing for the family. He's not this super talented person who's gonna blow up in any moment like she tried to pretend he was, or tries to pretend he is. He's a 31-year-old, almost, jobless, moneyless, deadbeat daddy. That's not somebody worth wanting. I'm sorry, he's not. Keesha has spent this whole time trying to prove to us that he wants her. Then the second time Ashley gets pregnant, they keep it. And of course we get August and all that stuff ensued. But what does Keesha do? Keesha decides around the time that we find out what Ashley is having, which was around Halloween time, Keesha decides, I gotta get pregnant around Halloween time because I have to have a boy because she's having a boy. Why? Because Jeremy will want my son more than her son because he lives in the house with my son. She completely disregards the fact that he already doesn't care about the two girls that they had previously. He doesn't contribute to the two girls they had previously. But for some reason, I gotta prove to Ashley and the internet that he wants me more. So I'm gonna have another baby by him. And he's going to want my baby more than he wants Ashley's baby. That has been her problem in this whole thing. And that is why she's not winning anymore. And why she's coming out on the bottom consistently now. She doesn't know how to step back and be okay with the internet not liking Jeremy. She doesn't know how to step back and be okay with the internet not being interested in her relationship. She doesn't know how to take a step back and be okay with losing by choosing him as her mate. And one thing about choices, you have to be okay with the choices you make. You can't force people to be okay with those choices for you, which is what she's trying to do. If you're always trying to prove to other people why they should be happy with your choice, you're not happy with your choice. But you have to remember, this is the choice you made. At any moment, you can get out. Now, I don't know how easy that would be for Keesha because she's put her name on a house that she's paying for. But you can't get upset that everybody else is not interested in your choice. That's something you have to live with. What does Wendy Williams say? You gotta eat your own. You gotta eat your crow on that one. Because that you made this choice back in 2017 and you're still actively making the choice now. You gotta be smarter, especially when you have 3 daughters watching you make those choices. Goodbye.